The concept that had the greatest impact on me was the learning theory of constructivism. I was not aware of this theory, and it surprisingly has many of the elements of the 21st century approach to education, which I believe strongly in. After working in the project-based learning model, I developed a deep belief in the effectiveness of this type of teaching model. Um, I believe strongly that the skills of collaboration, reflection, and digital literacy are not only imperative in the 21st century workforce, but they're also skills that one will rely on throughout all aspects of their life. When I first entertained the idea of going back to school to attain a second master's degree, I set the goal for myself of refocusing my career on the area of curriculum development. Since that time, it's kind of blossomed into wanting to venture into corporate training or e-learning. These are both areas that have specific curriculum development characteristics and align well with constructivism. I believe having a deeper understanding of this learning theory will enable me to create more interactive, engaging, and effective curricula in whichever field I find employment. The most valuable skill I learned this month by far was Captivate. I kind of liken it to PowerPoint on steroids. It has a lot more interactive tools. It's very easy to bring other projects that you've created in the past into its format, and it changes them over to that language, and it makes the presentations a lot more dynamic and a lot more interactive. I also like that you can build assessments into the projects that you create and Captivate, and I like that it can be changed over into an HTML format so that it can be viewed on a portable device, which I think is very important and very powerful in the 21st century learning climate. If I could do this month again, I would have scheduled my time more carefully. I just started a new job, and I didn't plan for the great demands it would have on my time in addition to the demands of this class. Scheduling my time has always been a great challenge for me, and I will have to work at this more diligently in the months to come if I plan on being successful at both of these challenging endeavors. If I were going to give one piece of advice to a student just beginning, I would advise them to develop a very detailed schedule for work, school, and personal life. The demands that all of these can place on your time can sometimes be overwhelming. It is essential to designate specific time allotments for these things. I would also highly recommend that they develop a timeline on what they hope to accomplish. Setting achievable short-term goals and courageous long-term goals will help you focus on the things that are most important at any given time. All of these things, school, work, and family, are all important, but there's a certain level of sacrifice that one must accept and commit to. This month's content exposed me to two very valuable tools, Captivate and iMovie. These programs are both user-friendly and highly effective in creating engaging presentations and training modules. I plan to focus my career on not only curriculum development, but also changing the way we educate this generation of learner, the 21st century learner. The world is very different than it was 20 years ago, and students are not being engaged consistently and effectively. I was lost for a long period of time professionally. I find myself very frustrated with disinterested students and ineffective methods of educating this generation. After much research and following the trends in education in the 21st century, I knew that my place was not in the classroom, but in the curriculum development phase. Now, before reading Mastery by Richard Green, I would not have identified my journey as one that would lead towards mastery. I've always believed in the saying, when you know better, you do better. Now I know better, and my goals for my future have never been clearer. It may take me a lifetime to make the claim of being a master of my discipline, but I believe at this very moment I am the master of my future, and I have Full Sail University to thank for that.